Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2, Episode 21. So, last time, what happened? It has been a week, but I've been watching so many shows recently, working on getting ahead still. We had the fighting, right? Albus with her transformation and going ham. Benimaru showed up and took out the, not Phobio. Phobio's the original guy that turned into, wow, I got the name right away last time, and now I can't think of it. The, Charybdis. There we go. The guy that did it this time was... Shit, I knew his name last episode, too. Crap, well, the guy with the ice sword that turned into Charybdis, Benimaru, came in and obliterated it instantly, and he confronted the, wow, I'm doing really bad. I know his name is, shit, now I'm gonna... It's like Midray or something? Father Midray? Something like that. I can't remember what their group is called, but the Millam's men. They talk to them, and they seem to be on relatively friendly terms, and they're healing each other and stuff like that. With the battle seems to be over, I think. The Harley Quinn people bailed and left Phobio and Geld alive, so yeah, a lot of things going on, and I'm excited to see whatever happens this episode. So let's jump into it, shall we? Alright, we're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. At the same time... Hey, there's the outfit that we've seen so much. Nice. Oh my god. Those two. Isn't that what she just normally wears? Maybe not. We don't really see her that much for me to know if that's her regular outfit. Friggin'... God, I'm really bad with the names today. But the Wolfie man... Ranga, there we go. Wagging his tail ferociously. Almost time to go. Nice. A female vampire demon lord. Yeah, see, Roy Valentine was like, they mentioned being like a vampire, right? So are there two vampire demon lords? Or I'll spoil it for you. Giant. Actually, a demon. Guy is a demon, I guess? Interesting. It sounds like they're saying Guy. So my bad if I'm saying it wrong. It's spelled Guy on the subtitles, so... Guy. I'll try to call him that. Dino? Dino? So many. Interesting. It is very dramatic, for sure. Pretty cool design, though. Lady. Okay. Misery. And Rain. So many names in this damn show, guys. So many names. Oh, did they say Ramarus? I might have mistaken Ramarus for Ramaru. That might be my bad. Maybe they did say Lady Ramarus. Now I want to go back and check. Their names are so similar. Rimuru, Ramarus. I'll check it out later. Not that it's really a big deal. I mean, Rim is kind of gender neutral. Opening time! I refer to Rim as a he mainly because he used to be a guy in his other life, so... He still has some of those, like... I don't know if I'd call them desires, but some lingering thoughts, you know, of... You know, obviously he's not... Well, I shouldn't say that, because ever since he came here, he has every now and then mentioned, like, what's his name? Soe being like, why is he so cool and hot, or whatever, and, like, he's mentioned, like, the attractiveness of other guys before, because I almost said... You know, he pays more attention to the attractiveness of the women in the show, but... I guess technically, since he reincarnated here and he doesn't really have a gender, he has been kind of very neutral about it. And it's not like he really has a love interest, more of a little bit of a harem kind of thing. But it's not too bad of a harem. I've seen far worse, where almost every single female character was obsessed with the main character. Anyway, let's watch. So they're infiltrating Clayman's abode. Well. Okay, so this is where the guy is that brings the dead back. Some nice, like, CG. Zombies. Undead. That's a lot of them! Yeah, I imagine, I mean, they have some pretty crazy abilities, don't they? Oh, a boss one. Okay, that's more interesting. Oh, that's actually him. Yep, we heard that name. Interesting. Huh. Well, shit. So how strong is this guy in comparison to our characters? So he summoned someone strong enough to fight. Summon a couple things. Jeez. Death Dragon. Jesus. Alright. Jeez. Was it really that easy, or is it gonna form back together or something? Yup. Too easy. Resistance to death. That's a hell of a resistance. Ooh. Oh. Alright. I don't know that we've ever seen her fight much at all. Maybe a little bit, but... Alright. So what does she do? Huh. Just zooms off. She's so calm. Alignment field. We saw her do a barrier before. Oh my god! Ha! Nice. Jesus, she just vaporized them all. Or, okay, not all of them. And it's keeping them from coming in. His laugh. Can she do it then? Or not? Okay, she'll just defeat him. Alright. Shuna's a badass. Okay. Ooh. Pretty. It looks a lot like, the original guild's ability. What is this? A divine miracle? Interesting. Holy magic. Well, holy magic is one hell of a thing to be going up against undead, at least in, like, D&D terms and stuff like that. Backstory. Nice. Huh. Damn. Oh. Is he doing it now? Or is this just a different spell? Jeez. I think she's about to close those eyes for good. Another Demon Lord name. Huh. Overdrive. What? What is that? Is she hijacking his spell? What is this? Huh. Jesus, Shuna. This is just visually stunning, isn't it? It just looks really good. Wow, just like that, huh? Nice. Cool. She used too much of her magicules, or did she just feel like she went overboard? Okay. Oh, he's still alive. Used to live. Even they are still alive. I guess the resistance from death brought him back or something. Okay. Oh. He wants to follow Rim? Well, he has a pretty cool character design. I wouldn't mind him sticking around. Just an undead army he gains. Just Rim gaining even more power. What? Boing! That was a... Okay. Maybe get some info. A warning, maybe? Or a guide. The sound effect is weird. It doesn't. What's with that sound effect? Is that like him flying or... Oh. Hey. Alright. Hey, it's Gee! Ramaris. Gee Crimson. That must be the giant. Dagrul. Dagruel. Something like that. Roy Valentine? Is that him? Even more energy. That's the... It looks like the silhouette that Veldis... Veldis. What? Yeah, Luris or Millis. One of the two. Or neither. If we have a Millis and a Millim, I'm just gonna be sad. Hey, that's Dino, okay. So many damn names, guys. I'm probably gonna forget by next week. I apologize. I'll try to maybe write them down. Frey. Why that reaction from... From Shion? Oh my god. God damn it. Is that why? Okay, never mind. Oh shit. Leon Cromwell. Hey. Yep. Interesting. Alright. Interesting. Very interesting. Leave you alive, oh god. Millim. It's being controlled, though. What's with the... He's making a show right off the bat. Alright. is gonna get interesting. Oh shit, that's a cool shot. Oh, that looked awesome. Ah. Alright. Guys, that is the end of episode 21. Wow, we didn't even get credits or anything. They went straight to the ending. Cool. Oh man, that was awesome. That was a really cool shot of Rim there at the very end. Oh man. God, I love it. But yeah, great episode. I loved it. I can't wait. I did, like, just because I was so distracted, I did see next episode's title. I didn't pause it in time. It's just Walpurgis, which, I mean, we just set up for it, so it makes sense, you know? Not that much of a spoiler. Just so you guys know that I saw it, but yeah, that was great. We ended up having the assault on Clayman's castle start. They kind of like talked things out a little bit before they left, but mainly just showing their outfits and going over all the demon lords' names before we saw them, which was interesting, and just seeing Veldora's take on them, with like some of them he knows the name and you know that they are more dangerous, you know, and then there's others where he just like doesn't quite remember, and I'm sure they're still very dangerous, but he's just so it's interesting because he said like he fought some of them to know like victory, and some of them he says like he could take easily, and he even said that he could take like the giant again. He said he thinks he could take him now, which leads me to believe he is stronger in just suppressing his power now, right? He isn't any weaker, because we had that episode, the same episode that we met Guy was the same episode we met the other dragon, and she said that she can barely sense him, so he must be really weakened right now. But I think it's because Rim told him to suppress his power, which is why she felt that way. If he thinks that he can take someone that he wasn't able to, like, fully defeat previously, that means he's even stronger now than he used to be. Which leads me to believe that her interpretation's mistaken. He's not weakened, he's just suppressing his powers. So that's what I'm gonna go with for sure now, based off that. But yeah, that was like a fun little sequence of going over the names, and like I said, I'm probably gonna end up writing down the names because hopefully I can remember to do so, because I already have like a long list of character names from this show, because there's so many damn characters, and now going into Walpurgis, it'll just be so much easier having all of the demon lords' names at the ready, rather than me sitting there trying to fumble with names like I typically do for characters I'm not super familiar with. Hell, this episode I frickin' fumbled with names that I should have known, like Ranga, you know? And I messed up Veldora's name, although I got that one right away. I just said the wrong thing in the moment. But yeah, I'll probably have that written down. Anyway, we got to see the battle with them trying to go into Clayman's castle, so it's not completely over yet. They still have to get into the castle. I don't know if there's going to be any more resistance and stuff like that, so that thread isn't completed yet. But we had the fight, and I'm trying to remember what his name was. Shit. There's just so many damn names in this show. It's like Alderon, I think it was, or something like that. But Aldeman, Adelman, Adelman. Okay, my bad. But yeah. He's a pretty interesting character. If he ends up joining Rim, I think that'll be pretty cool. I like his design, being like a skeleton is pretty cool. Like, I guess it's the undead race in this world, which, you know, reminds me of other undead races in like games and stuff like that I've played, where they're just like skeletons and stuff like that. So Also reminds me of that show Overlord. Man, I haven't seen that in a long time. Um, but but yeah, very very interesting. I think that would be pretty cool if he joined us. So what was it? Shuna was saying maybe when he sees Rim, I guess that's what that boing 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 was uh, Shuna thinking about how like not evil Rim looks, you know? And like if he's trying to find something to worship as a god and then he sees that slime boinging around, she's like, "Oh, maybe he'll just give up," you know? I kind of hope he doesn't. I kind of hope he joins. I think that would be pretty neat. So, but we'll just have to wait and see. Man, I have a nose hair that's itching the crap out of me. I'm just going to try to ignore it. That's why I keep rubbing my nose. I'm going to have to like try to yank it after I'm done here. But yeah, they're gonna be going into Clayman's castle, and we'll see what happens there. And he's guiding them. I love how like he just they like broke that seal, and then just or whatever was holding them there, the binding, and then he just like totally like flopped his personality. But Shuna was really cool this episode. It was very beautiful magic, very stunning visuals and everything. It was, I mean, holy magic, which, you know, you would think it would be very, you know, bright and beautiful. It reminds me of, like, you have some characters like Soe that, like, seems to really excel at single target, you know? And it reminds me of, like, a video game in that sense, where, like, you have some people like Soe where, like, I'm sure he could do those strings and rope up, like, a ton of people, but not in, like, the big area that Shuna did here. And then you have, like, other characters that you can play that just have, like, mass AoEs, you know? And, like, so many of their abilities are AoE. And I feel like that's what Shuna is. Like, every ability we saw her do was just, like, a giant area around her. And that was pretty cool to see. Like, the one, like, miracle one that did the, like, church kind of thing that formed was pretty cool. And it, like, made him waver just by the fact that a monster was using holy magic. So I guess, like, he was a human that what, you know, worshipped a god and had this holy magic and stuff, and then he became an undead and just completely lost his faith and couldn't do holy magic anymore. But it wasn't that he couldn't do holy magic anymore, it was that, I think he said it here in the episode, that he didn't have enough motivation. That's not the exact words that he used. But I guess he just didn't try hard enough, seemingly. Because, and she, like, just completely, like, flopped his worldviews and everything. And then she managed to not kill him, but break the binding here, which I don't even know if she was intending to do. Like, it seemed like she was just trying to kill him. And then they, like, started walking away, like, and thought he was just dead, and then he just got up. So, interesting. I guess he's just stronger than they thought, I suppose. Granted, she used that ability and wiped out a bunch of the skeletons, and they came back too. So I don't know if that was just their resistance from death working, and they didn't realize it would work against Shuna's attack or something. I don't know. Either way. But I like how she was able to, like, counter his ability, and I don't know if she reflected the ability back, or she just, like, canceled his ability and then used her own ability. Whatever it was beautiful. Like, she had, like, all the magic circles above her that were about to, like, disintegrate her, is what he said. And then, like, she used her ability, and they all started, like, pulling away and, like, formed a ring and everything. And I thought that was, like, really, really neat. Like I said, it was visually stunning. It was well animated. I thought it was amazing. Some of the best animation this episode that I think we've seen in a while, at least. I don't know if I want to say the whole show, but especially that shot of Rim at the end, just, like, fuming. You could, like, see his, like, magic, like, pulsing off of him, and just, like, the twisted look on his face and stuff like that. It was great. But yeah. As for Walpurgis, they went there and they started that whole thing. Now, what was it? God, can I get this hair? I can't. God damn it. Where was that? I think it was before all this, right? Because they do all this, and then we jump to them walking through the gate already, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's before the whole, Adelman fight. I guess it must have been before the opening, too? I wanted when she first showed up. I'm curious if I read it wrong, or if... Okay, yeah, so the first thing she said was Lady Ramaris. I did mess that up for Rimuru. I think it's understandable. They're kind of similar, and I was just skimming the text so I could, like, look at her character design and everything. Because I wanted to, you know, I didn't want to sit there and, like, read. I wanted to see what she looked like and stuff like that, too. So yeah, I've come to collect you, Lady Ramaris. Okay, so that was my bad. But yeah, so we were introduced to some demon lords we haven't seen, reintroduced to some demon lords we have seen, and things are going to be getting going. We had a conversation with Leon, which was very brief but interesting, with Leon seeing Shizu in Rimuru and saying he's interested to his face, you know, so now, you know, Rim is thinking about other things, but, you know, Rim has Leon's attention, and even said, I'll invite you to my castle if you want, and if you think it's a trap, you don't have to come, and we can talk about it there. So he doesn't regret anything involving Shizu. He said he gave her Ifrit as, like, a gift, but she refused it, which is why she, like, didn't become a full Majin, and that's why she died. And he said he gave her freedom, so, you know, in a way, it seems like that's true, but he also did summon her from her world, you know. Granted, she was, like... Wasn't she in, like, some bombings or some really bad shit that was happening when we saw her in Season 1 when she got summoned? So, like, maybe he summoned someone that was going to die anyway, you know? I don't know if he intentionally did that or not, or if he could control summoning someone, like, right before they die kind of thing. And, like, maybe that's why he doesn't feel any guilt, because he basically gave her, like, a second chance at life, kind of like how Rim reincarnated in this world. But, you know, she was young at the time and didn't realize it. All she knew is she was, you know, separated from her family in this whole other world, you know, slapped. And even, like, she had a friend at that castle, and they brought, like, a pet back, and then, like, she was forced, like, he forced her to kill her friend, you know? So that's, like, pretty messed up. Yeah. So he did do some messed up things. I do think he deserves to feel guilty, but obviously he's justified it in his own mind. But it'll be interesting if and when that meeting takes place and we see, like, what they talk about, you know, because I don't know that, like, Shizu just wanted to find him and talk to him, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't think she was like, oh, I want to find him and destroy him, you know? So I don't think Rim's goal is to destroy him. Even here, Rim was like, can I, you know, I just want to, like, punch you. What was the exact thing Rim said? I feel like I kind of, like, missed it a little bit. Let's see, they had the argument with Dino, and then Shizu is dead. And then it's natural that she would die. After all, she never accepted Ifrit, and she resisted becoming a Majin. So I don't know if resisted, did she become a Majin? It's just that she resisted it, or did she actually, like actually resist becoming a Majin? So she was something, like, in between, like, almost a Majin, but not quite, because she was resisting it, and that's why her, like, body was failing or something. I don't know. Either way. Because the other way you could read that is, like, she was resistant to it. Like, I made her become it anyway, but she was still resistant to it. You know, like, you know, kind of like I'm Uh, oh, I thought I had an example, but I don't. I think you guys know what I mean. You can be resistant to something, and it doesn't mean that you're like actually not doing it. Like I'm resistant to going out in public, cause screw it, you know. But I still do it, you know. It's not that I'm not like I never did it, you know. So I don't know. That's probably a really bad example. I apologize. I shouldn't even have tried. But anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm not saying this because she asked me to, but let me hit you just once. Okay, that's all I wanted to see. I don't know why I like skimmed that and didn't like comprehend it, but yeah, that was kind of funny. Just let me, like, it was tense, but like just let me hit you once. I refuse. So yeah, interesting stuff. I like how Rim was able to like immediately tell who like the dangerous ones were, you know, and stuff like that. And what was up with the attendant to Frey? Shion pointed him out and was like, "What's up with that guy?" And Rim said that he has like there's something weird about his magicules, but he has far less than like everyone else here. And then like Raphael was gonna say something, and Rim interrupted her and just said like, "No, that's definitely not Carrion." And then Raphael was just like, and then they just like disregarded it. So is that actually Carrion? And Rim just was like too quick to dispel it, and maybe we're gonna find out that it is Carrion. And Rim's gonna be like, "Wait, why didn't you tell me, Raphael?" And Raphael's gonna be like, "I tried to, and you disregarded what I tried to say, you know?" And give some attitude or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's this whole Walpurgis is gonna be interesting. I'm excited. And Leon hinted like if you get out alive. So I'm wondering what I wonder if that has anything to do with Clayman, because Clayman's plan is to say that Rim, as a demon lord, broke the truths that the demon lords are supposed to have with each other, and turn all the other demon lords against Rim, right? Because you're not supposed to like meddle in the affairs of other demon lords, and he's gonna say that Rim killed Mulan, right? But then Rim's gonna counter that with, "No, Mulan's actually alive. You know, I just stopped the control you had over her, and now she's, you know, choosing her own life or whatever." Or some, I don't know. Who knows how it's gonna go down? But is that why Leon said like if you get out of this alive is because Clayman wants to, like, the whole reason for this Walpurgis is to call out Rim and try to get Rim in trouble with the rest of the demon lords kind of thing? Or I wonder if there's any other like nasty business afoot here that's gonna like break out into like fights or something. I don't know, but I'm excited. It's gonna be really interesting to see this Walpurgis in action, and like this is one of the few times where I'm super excited for a episode just full of characters talking. There's some of the other ones where I wasn't like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't as like excited for it, you know, where they're like sitting there planning what they're gonna do for going after Clayman and all like the diplomatic relations stuff and going around all the different places to talk to all the leaders and stuff like that. That's good stuff, and I'm glad we saw it, and I'm glad they put it in the show because it's really cool to see. But it's not as exciting as this is my point. But anyways, yeah, guys, I'm excited for Walpurgis. That's going to be it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you did. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. Link is in the description below. This was originally a Patreon exclusive if you're watching this on YouTube. That means you can see the rest of this show and other Patreon exclusives on there. So check that out, and thank you guys so much. I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.